Do you want to know the difference between somebody that just gets their job done or someone that gets noticed, is trusted, and gets promoted? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Hi everybody, I'm Mary Abbajay. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about high performers, what that means, how to become one, and how becoming a high performer can help you be successful in any career you choose. So before we talk about how to become a high performer, let's talk about what is a high performer. Let's put some definitions to it. So a high performer is somebody that does more than just doing their job. It's not just about handing in assignments on time. It's not just about doing what you're told. It's not just about doing your job. A high performer is someone that goes above and beyond. A high performer is someone that delivers consistent, excellent, and stellar results. A high performer adds value above their job description. A high performer shows initiative and exhibits really great problem-solving skills. And finally, a high performer is the kind of person that builds trust amongst their peers and their organizational leadership. These are just a few of the traits that are going to distinguish someone who just does their job with someone who's a high performer. In short, high performers are the people that organizations want to keep and grow. They are your go-to people. They are the people that organizations look to for leadership, for attitude, for go-gettedness, for the people that they see taking the organization into its future course. So now that we understand what a high performer is, let's talk about some of the skills, the behaviors, the sensibilities that you need to adopt if you want to be known as a high performer. So there's lots of ways that you can become a high performer. Today I'm going to talk about what I think are the 5 top traits to help you become a high performer. Number 1 is proactivity. Number 2 is strong communication skills. Number 3 is accountability. Number 3 is adaptability. And number 4 is a growth mindset. So let's get started with the very first one, proactivity. All right, we're starting with the big one, proactivity. So high performers don't wait around for someone to tell them what to do. They look ahead, they see problems early, and they take action. So for example, say you notice your team keeps answering the same client questions over and over. So a proactive person might say, hey, what if we make a quick FAQ guide and send that out to all of our clients up front at the beginning of a project? A proactive person not only anticipates problems, but they solve problems without being asked. Now, proactivity is not about necessarily doing more work. It's about working smarter and working earlier. It's about really seeing the landscape and saying, how can I contribute to make the work of our team, the work of our organization, our clients, happier, more effective, more productive, or more positive. What matters is that you take action before something becomes a problem. Be proactive. Let's talk about trait number 2, strong and effective communication. Communication is the lifeblood of organizational life. It's how we get things done. The stronger a communicator you are, the better communicator you are, the more that people will see you as a high performer. Because quite frankly, if you communicate well, then you will perform even better. And communication isn't just about writing a good email, which by the way is also important. It's also about, can you convey messages clearly? Can you convey information clearly, whether you are doing it in writing, whether you're doing it in person, whether you're doing remotely, or whether you are doing it in a hybrid fashion. Making sure that you can craft messages so that people can clearly understand them and share the information is going to be an important quality to cultivate to make you a high performer. So let's talk about the 2 different parts of communication, both your consistency and the structure. Consistently, you want to be able to communicate consistently. I know that sounds stupid, but high performers share information, which means you're not going dark, you're being responsive, when people ask you a question, you readily answer, you're returning emails, you have a consistent response rate to communicating and sharing information. But let's also talk about your ability to be succinct and clear in your communication. So let's say someone asked you in your next team meeting, hey, how's that Penske proposal coming? what I want you to do is remember the BEST formula. That's B-E-S-T, which means when you're answering questions or you're delivering updates, you want to go in the BEST formula, which stands for bottom line first, explain a little bit of evidence. The S stands for summarize, tell them what you told them, and T, transition out. So if I'm using the BEST formula to answer a question about a project, here's how I might use it. I might say, oh, the Penske proposal is on schedule and on track for an August 15th delivery. That's the B, a little bit of evidence. We've completed phase 1 and phase 2. The red team has approved it, and now we're moving on to the pricing piece. Boom. S, summarize. So as you can see, we're all set. Once we get through the pricing piece, then we're going to be ready for final review. Thank you for asking me. If we any updates, then we will share them with you, or if we hit any snags, we'll share them with you as we move forward. That's the BEST. Bottom line, evidence, summarize, transition out. Try doing that with your leaders, with your teams. Show that you are in command of your information and command of your knowledge, and that will make people see that you are a high performer. Okay, let's talk about accountability. Trait number 3 in our list today. Accountability, I think, is the whole game. I think accountability is one of the traits that really quickly distinguishes high performers from low performers. Accountability can also be the thing that really puts that extra shine on your character and your personal brand. Accountability really means taking responsibility for our words, our deeds, our actions, our behaviors, and yes, even our mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, we all make them. The difference between high performers and low performers is high performers own their mistakes. You heard me, they own their mistakes. They admit their mistakes, they apologize for their mistakes, and they take an active approach to fixing their mistakes or fixing the ramifications of their mistakes. They don't blame other people. They don't point fingers. They say, I did this, I fucked up, I'm sorry, here's how I'm going to fix it, it won't happen again. That builds trust, that builds character, that builds accountability. Trait number 4 for today's session is adaptability. Listen, adaptability is so important, especially in the 21st century, because let's be honest, things change constantly at work. In fact, many philosophers say the only constant in today's work world is change. So whether it's new tools, new goals, shifting priorities, new bosses, new teams, new directions, people that are high performers are able to roll with the punches. High performers don't resist change, they roll with it. And sometimes they even embrace it. So let's say your manager suddenly changes the direction of a project. Instead of panicking like a low performer and going and sputtering with, a high performer says, okay, what's the new goal? Let me adjust, let me come up with a game plan, and let me get back to you right away about how we're gonna make this change. The ability to remain calm, to remain flexible, and find solutions in an ever-changing world, baby, that's gold in today's workplace. That's high performance. The last, but certainly not least trait that we're going to talk about in our How to Become a High Performer video is that of adopting a growth mindset. Learning how to embody and embrace and cultivate a growth mindset is a really important distinction between those who achieve high performance and those that just stay in that middling area. Because high performers are always learning. High performers are not afraid to ask and act on feedback. High performers look at challenges as an opportunity. They see feedback, even constructive feedback, as a way to learn, a way to grow, and a way to improve. So if you want to really keep on the road of high performance, I really recommend that you adopt a growth mindset. And one quick way to do that is to remember the word yet. So when you're asked to work on a project that you're a little uncomfortable with, or you're asked to dive into a skill that you haven't developed yet, I want you to remember the word yet. So instead of saying, I don't know how to do that, say yet. I don't know how to make videos yet. I don't know how to do spreadsheets yet. I don't know how to create a business plan yet. And that yet will then encourage you to learn it, because high performers are not afraid of challenges. High performers embrace challenges. High performers are the gold that which all organizations are looking to keep, to grow, to develop, and promote. All right, well, I think that wraps it up. Remember, being a high performer isn't about being perfect or working your fingers to the bone. It's about showing initiative, communicating well, taking responsibility, staying flexible, and always being open to growth. These are skills, and like any skill, you can build them one step at a time. Pick one, just one of these skills today, and really start working on this skill. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. And hey, if you're serious about leveling up your career, hit that subscribe button below and check out some other videos on this channel. Oh, and before you go, drop a comment and let me know which of these 5 traits are you going to work on this year. I would love to hear from you. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.